Hi there. I definitely not already tired because I had to finish off making a YouTube short just before the stream started. Nope, definitely not. I am organized. I am so organized. And that's why you should subscribe if you're watching this later on YouTube, because I am the most organized man in the world. Okay, let's tell everyone that the stream's happening. No, I'm not dying. I mean, not more so than usual. If you are dying, seek medical attention immediately. Okay then, what we do? What are we doing today? We are probably looking at more stuff. And I just remembered... that's what I did right there. Okay then, that works. Hello, Amiiboid! I'm currently looking forward to, like, alright, so over the last 2 days I was in a rush to get the content created because I would feel really bad if I didn't do it. So I'm looking forward to what I've stuffed up in the, like, probably in the video description or something, so that's nice. And hello, Duker! Yo-yo, indeed. Yo-yos are fun. Yo-yos are good. Alright. In order, Plutono Hub. Over here. Plutono Hub. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, what else do I need to do? What else happens in these streams? What is happening over there? Alright, what else happens in the stream is I check the workshop to make sure that I haven't missed updates. Okay, but firstly, we're going to go get all the... We're gonna go get all the spreadsheets and the documents and stuff that we want. That we need, that we crave. Oh, I crave spreadsheets. Can you please not wig out Mr. Main Menu? Mr. Main Menu, how dare you? How dare your entire face? Okay, right, okay. I love spotty connections. I hope it's not on my end. That would be terrible. Okay, to the workshop. To the wall! Till the sweat drips down the wall! And no, I don't want the workshop beta. Thank you, very please. Okay. And most recent. Okay, good. Amphitas. What? I've only had the one coffee. That was a... I spelled amphitasa wrong. What? Okay, good. Let's see. Whoa. Okay, all good. Cave. All good. And Stonelight, the unloved bastard child of this whole campaign. We're good. Right, that means we can launch directly into the inspections. That's one. Curse you, I yawn to... Sorry, that is my special ability, finishing a yawning chain. Well, if it's finished, it means no one else will yawn, right? So, well done. You are a valued member of the team. Okay, where the hell were we? I literally streamed yesterday. I do not remember what happened. Alright, so we're gonna look at the... Alright, so there's one more helicopter. Wait, no. The hammer and the Doppler. Right, let's look at the hammer and the Doppler, because that'll be a good idea. That'll be a good idea. That'll be the best idea. You can tell because I thought of it, and I'm full of only good ideas. That was sarcasm. You know what would have been a good idea? Not having 400 vehicles for this custom campaign. That would be slightly silly. I can't imagine why someone would consciously do that, but I did it unconsciously. So there, I came up with this campaign in my sleep. Yes, I am the last one to yawn. And hello, Zuza. 402. What? 400 vehicles is insane. Yep, no, it is. 100 vehicles is insane. Like, I think Niter has... How many does Niter have again? Why did you do that? Good question. What happened was, I thought, ooh, like, each faction bit by bit is like, ooh, it'll be nice to have these many categories and 5 vehicles each, 1 for each difficulty setting, and then I didn't count. I didn't math. And I'm going to live with the consequences of my decision for the rest of my life. Very much the rest of my life. Okay, what were we looking at? Hammer. It's time for the Hammer Squad. And I believe all the helicopters are... Alright, hammers. This is another Shreed build. Look pretty dope in Onyx watch colors. I mean, I wasn't doing Onyx watch things earlier. No, absolutely not. That would be weird. Okay then. Hammers. This thing needs... I'm gonna make a note on this fella. That it needs to be on par with... it needs to be aesthetically on par with the other thing. Whatever the hell it was. Hello, Last Data. Barons at 76, I think? Yeah. Like 600, 75 perfection, more. Glakavi and so all about 100 each. The others are like 75 to 80, if I recall. And bonk. Yes. Indeed, bonk. I am a lebonk. I am a lebonk. Okay, so let's just go here. The bone saw, I believe. Yep. Oh, damn it. Come on. Man, like, we really did not inspect many craft yesterday. What is this? Add 1 repair tentacle each when they collide with each other. There's already a note there. Hold on, let's see here. Blueprint, repair. Oh, cool. They have 1 repair tentacle. Neat. I can take that off. So, yeah, basically, aesthetics need to be consistent with the bone saw. Just whatever people take that to mean. Is there excessive sub-nanigans? There is not. There is exactly 3. Let's see here. It's got missile, APS, and the simple weapons. The hammers are described as hard for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. But probably because they hover directly over the top of something. And they just kind of let rip that way. Let's see here. I'm not sure about the turrets on the sides. We can possibly shrink them. Somehow. How do we shrink them is the question. They're already quite small. Maybe diff guns or something? I don't know. Try to shrink this on the side or make them look different. I know that's not the most helpful thing to say, but like, you know, like making the whole turret kind of look like wings might actually be kind of a fun thing to do. What else? Let's see here. Yeah, the aesthetics is basically covered by... Oh, hold on. What is this turret look like? A lot of thoughts. Alright, every platoon of vehicles should have an interior on par with mine. Sure, if you're volunteering to do it, Azusa. Bad idea, I'm signing you to that task, good luck. Oh, as with a lot of vehicles, I think that the difficulty rating is down to changing standards over time, as has been pretty common in this review, at least in large part. Neat, I'm not doing it. I don't work on Platono. Then I guess it's not getting done. Very sad. We cry. Like if you cry every time. Alright, so let's inspect the internals a bit more. So this is point at and maintain distance. How does this thing move backwards? Can it move backwards? So if we went like... if we go... Huh? How does this thing reverse? Can it? Apparently it can reverse, and reverses just fine. Okay, then. Alright, so it needs a little bit of stability tweaks. Oh, that's a problem. Alright, that might have been... I'm gonna take the fall for that because I did just mess with it. Kitchen tile or death? I choose death. In fact, I'm now going to copy the meme out of the thunderstorm. Here's where I'd put a nice interior, if I had one, and put it in every crafter build. 0 other interior work. Alright, so we've got a problem with this guy in that... Alright, let's combat test the hammer a little bit. We have combat tested the hammer before. The hammer is like... Look, we've hammered before. We've gotten hammered. We've learned a lot from it, but now we're going to learn some more. So... Alright, so hammer squad goes here, and I'm just going to spawn in the old hammer squad because why not? Alright, 16.5. Let's try and find that. So fighting each other, what does this look like? Yeah, the turrets do look a little odd. Holy crap. It is fun to watch them explode though, but this is definitely not a hard design as is. Need to probably demote this somewhere else. Right, so there's a note. Particular diff guns? And what was another thing? What's the thing I just said? I forgot. I mean, they kill each other, like, reasonably quickly. Wow. Whoa, the hammers won quite nicely. I forgot what I was going to say. What the hell was I going to say? Alright, I was going to say something. I don't think this... Oh, right, that's what I was going to do. Needs... difficulty downgrade. And that's made much more formidable. Because if we look at the spreadsheet here, just we can demote this thing. We can demote this thing just fine. We can move it to medium or even easy. But I want to see what people do with it first. Maybe it just needs Viagra? This is a bonk. And also welcome. How's this thing... This thing's too small to have, like, good armor, like, at all. Interesting. No signal processors on the missiles, which is basically compulsory. Alright, so... Needs signal processors. Needs missile signal processors. Very good. Kills yourself quickly in a mirror match. Yep, it's one of Sean's glass cannon builds, right? I seem to recall... Yes, indeed, this is one of Sean's. I always like to see Sean's builds. I like to see anyone's builds, actually. It's like, alright, cool. Yeah, and also, very consistently with helicopters, and I kind of want to ask Ralston about this, because he is an aesthetics man. People... Whenever they make helicopters, they kind of forget about the rear in terms of doing aesthetic things. At the front, like, yeah, like, you know, Sean isn't a master decorator. Goodness knows I'm not either. But there's been work done here on the front. But on the rear, it's just kind of... So that's, it's fascinating, like, with the helicopters in particular. People forget about the booty. They forget to make the booty beautiful. Mixed payload with HE. Wait, what? Oh, are you looking at it right now? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Also, is this a belt feeder? Oh my words, it is. It's a belt feeder with one... I mean, these are heat shells by the looks of it, so... Maybe the other one is frag? Whoopsie daisy. Oopsie poopsie, I muffed it again. Okay, let's see here. Is everything just a shape charge? Or is it different per squaddy? I think it might be different per squaddy. Yep. Ha! I meant the missiles. Oh! You had to get help fixing the tail of the crane flies. Yep. The shells are fine enough. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Missiles just need... Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna repeat what people, including the Right Honorable Mr. McFist has told me. Is like, HE damage only starts doing better than other kinds of damage when it's about 10k. So in this case, this would probably be better served to be swapped out for Incendiary or Frag. So I'm going to make a note there. So HE should be swapped out for how do you spell Incendiary or Frag? Or I'm just going to say something else. And not just because that's easier to spell. Okay, there's that. How's the EMP proofing? This is a pretty small design, so I can't imagine it has much EMP proofing to begin with. Ooh, interesting. Why does it do that? Alright, and we've got an uninsulated AI compartment. But then again, we've also got ammo barrels right next to the AI compartment. So, like, I don't know. We can try and insulate this a little bit. As best we can. We could stick some stone in there. Why are we in the water? Sir? No swimming. Yeah. That's a problem. Alright, so... Slightly too eager to swim. Too eager to swim. And, needs at least a bit of AI EMP insulation. Okay, let's throw this thing against a ship just to see what happens. Against anything with a laser, this is gonna die like immediately, so it's not gonna be the end of the world. It's not gonna be the end of the world. Right, what is a 1/6 thing? If we throw this against the Fury, the hammers are probably gonna die very quickly. I go Hesh over Heat unless AP Heat. Oh, if you're gonna small shells that are steep down, Heat is a good choice. Yep. Hesh over Heat. I thought the other warheads were Incendiary, not reinforced. Nope, they're reinforced. Mixing with reinforced is good, but do use Frag or Incendiary instead of HE unless it's a large Hughes missile. Yep, and even then, there seems to be alloy around the AI. That is better than nothing. Alloy is kind of EMP resistant. Just so people know, it does have some EMP reduction, not much. 5% plus 10 per cubic meter. But yeah, like, you know, like stone is like literally 3 times a better EMP reduction, and rubber is just fantastic. So yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know, we can put some stone in here. It's got the power. Hello, Orange. Welcome, welcome. We're about to send a helicopter squad to their probable deaths. Oh, this is why this thing is considered hard. Oh, lordy. Alright, maybe some countermeasures would be a good idea. Right, so the reason that these guys are hard is because they fly directly over their target. Please do not collide with each other, that would be bad. They are very, very squishy. They do need some kind of missile defense. I don't really think they have any. Yeah, no, they don't really have any, do they? Okay, let's spawn this in again. I saw some kind of missile-y thing over here. What is this? Oh, that's decoration. Right. Right. So they need some kind of missile-y defense. Because it's the missiles that killed them there. Alright, so Hammer Squad needs a... Bloody hell, there's a lot of notes on this. Alright. Needs some kind of missile defense. Missile plus laser defense as well. If it's gonna be a hard. What else? I think that's about it, really. Let's read over what I've got. Alright, so it needs aesthetics to be on par and consistent with Bonesaw. In particular, try and shrink turrets on the side or make them look different. Diff guns. Needs difficulty downgrade unless made much more formidable. Needs missile signal processors. Missile HE should be swapped out for something else. Too eager to swim. Control issues. Needs at least a bit of AI EMP insulation. Needs some kind of missile plus laser defense. Because, yeah, lasers are gonna... I don't know. There's not much you can do. Lasers tend to be, like, really good against small craft to begin with. But, like, I don't know. Just something. Does it have any smoke? It does have smoke. It has one smoke. Alright. It has a laser defense. Alright, so I can remove that. It has at least a little bit. Just a little bit, as a treat. Okay then. That's the hammer, I think. It'd be nice if someone transformed this into a beautiful butterfly. What the hell is... Actually, what does this look like? It actually probably has a lot of decorations. It has 34 decorations. Oh! I actually kind of like the look of it with, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it to Sean or whoever is brave enough to prettyify this thing. I'm gonna leave it up to them. Okay. Right. Hammer squad. Hammer squad. Hammer squad. Hammer squad. Hammer squad. Hammer squad. I need both hands to type. Okay then. Bookmark. Thank you. Whoopsie daisy. Nope, you saw nothing. I definitely didn't hit the Windows key. I did not hit the Windows key. Did not hit the Windows key. How dare you suggest such a thing? What's going on with the... Okay then. Today is the 25th. Okay then. I remember how to do notes. Don't even worry. I am the note man. I am the one who notes. Okay, needs difficulty downgrade. Right, too eager to swim. I really hope people can interpret my notes well, because it's gonna be a problem if they can't. Squad. Cool. I have a vitamin water right next to me and I haven't even taken a single sip, and that's terrible. Yep. Yum. Those heat guns at that angle definitely have plenty of potential to turn off guns and stuff. Agreed. Assuming they survive to reach that close range, that is the trick. Shord makes a good glass cannon, which is actually great, because glass cannons are the way in From the Depths. I mean, kind of. They're kind of the way. I like glass cannons because I can't make a flying brick to save my life. Assuming to reach that close range, 14th here, 24th. Yeah, time zones. I'm in the future. Ha ha ha. The rest of you are living in the dark days of the 24th of April, but I'm in here in the glorious future of the 25th. Anyway, what was I doing now? I was spawning in the next helicopter. It's the last helicopter we have, the Doppler. What is the Doppler? Doppler is... oh, this fella. Alright, so again, who done this? Oh, Sean actually did a lot of the helicopters here. What is this? So we've got missile, APS, particle cannon, and some simple weapons in the front for giggle. Are those blast guns? They are! Alright, so let's just do... what do we do? Okay then, so Doppler, go here. Needs AI. On par with the bone saw. Are these actual turrets over here? They are. That is kind of cool how the rotors are on the turrets. That's very sci-fi and very weird. If they get shot off, though, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? I actually really like that. It's delightfully weird. Very unstable. What is that? It's, what difficulty is this? The Doppler is an easy design. So we can... doesn't have to be amazing. Let's see here. Why does it just have resource storage on the back here? Alright, so what is our... I think... hello? Aha! De-sub-objectify the deco. Doppler. Deco needs moving from spin blocks to prop hubs. Converting onto prop hubs. Very good. That is a hell of a place for ammo storage, as shielded by fuel tanks. Q. Interesting. Missiles or torpedoes. Alright then, what is this? What is this? Alright, spin block EMP trap. That's... hang on a minute. Ah, that is not a very good spin block EMP trap. Wait, how did... huh? Oh. Wait, no, that's actually a goodie. I mean, not these ones. These ones, EMP charges, like, don't stop at dead ends right there, but no, it's fine. It is fine. It's fine as far as EMP spin blocks go. Is it? It's not. Can we wiggle it? We can wiggle it, so it's not clipped. Perfect. My build sounds like the opposite of glass cannon. Yeah, John, you make tanky builds. I like it. I don't make many flying bricks. Azusa? Okay, you don't make flying... wait, no, that was sarcasm, wasn't it? I see you. Mighty Glacier. Oh yeah, the one with magnet bombs. Isn't this the one that AI was using as a cargo craft? I vaguely recall something like that. The thing does have... yeah. Interesting. What is its behavior? Point out, maintain distance, and charge? This thing is very squishy. It's a very squishy friend here. Extremely squishy. Alright, I'm going to add a note here. Make main top rotor bigger and more Helicopter E. Which I know that's bad. But, easy design, we can do stuff like that. Evasion is underpowered. Azusa, you cease and desist your fibs and lies and porcupines. Oh yeah, Primoris tournament vehicles due in 5 days. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that at all. Okay then. Num 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 num. You get to see it though. It'll be really good. Okay, I think that's, what else? Because, like, this is an easy design. It doesn't need to be great. It does not need to be a flawless design. Let's, what is this? The Doppler is about 140. Wrong menu. There we go. It's a fumbly fella, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, the thing kills itself very easily. If I had to guess, I would say this was... Sean really does like a heat shell, doesn't he? Which ironically makes his builds very, very strong against each other. Whee! Okay then. This is a vehicle that if you look at it funny, it will die. Alright, let's throw it against some kind of ship. Just for giggles. Let's throw it against... the Ignis. Okay then. Oh, I'm a sleepy bear. Oh, I'm gonna need coffee very soon. Alright, so the Ignis... How much missile defense? Oh, the Ignis is one of the most missile boats ever. And yep. Doppler is dead. Honestly, this thing could be made cheaper. Because, like, I don't know, it doesn't need to be, like, incredibly formidable or anything like that. But it does need to... It does need to be, like, kind of cheap-ish, because what you really don't want is for the AI to, like, spawn a brain tumor and just spam easy vehicles which are too expensive. So, if possible to make cheaper, do. If possible, add token missile defense. Doesn't need to be great. Just an easy design. Okay then, I think that's about it for the Doppler. Now while it's getting mauled here, let's just check our notes. Needs aesthetics to be on par and consistent with Bonesaw. Deco needs converting from spin blocks to prop hubs. Main top rotor bigger, more helicopter E. Make cheaper if possible. Add token missile defense. Doesn't need to be great, just an easy design. Yep. Yep, that'll do for the Doppler. Doppler goes here. Ah, the soothing sounds of helicopter murder. So delightful. Oh, the fire is so delightful. And the violence is so frightful. Let it blow, let it blow, let it blow. There we go. Yeah. There we go. If I ever do a custom campaign ever again, there's gonna be 3 factions and they're all gonna have like 5 vehicles each, at most. It could probably lose those 2 Magnum bombs, but yeah, good point. Or at least downsides them. Magnum bombs just aren't very good. Yeah, they're good in theory, but, like, not very great. Alright, so now we've done the helicopters. And now we've got some thrustercraft to go look at. Alright, so now I'm going to go find 4 Thrustercraft, Toothpick, Corbin, Mortra, and Seismotron. So I'm gonna hop over to the main menu, and we get to look at vehicles. Gonna go hop into the craft library. The library. Okay, definitely need another coffee. Otherwise, log in. Okay, quick harvest Dominion. Thrustercraft. What do we want first? Alright, we want Toothpick and Corbin. Download. Toothpick, where are you? Download. Toothpick, Corbin, Mortre, Cybertron. Mortre. And Cybertron. Man, I hope all of these things are nice and up to date. It's going to be a real problem if they ain't. Okay, then, and open a new tab. And constructables, and the Plutono folder that I have. And click copy updated, and Thrustercraft. Paste, and delete the old Seismotron wherever it is. And delete the old Toothpick wherever it is. Assuming, alright. Hold on. Hold on a second. Oh, there it is. Cybertron, Toothpick, Mortre, Corbin. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. CC is always hard because you always feel like they're not good enough. Yeah, hey! On the bright side, penis! An anti-aircraft penis. That's funny. Alright, so now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to Thrustercraft. And we're gonna start with what we got over here. The Toothpick. So what the Toothpick? Oh lordy, yep. This needs an aesthetics overhaul. It's not very pretty. I forgot about this thing, honestly. What's it armed with? Everything. That's what it's armed with. Alright then, so first things first, Toothpick. Right. Needs major aesthetic upgrade. What is I'm gonna go back and put a note on this for whatever is the prettiest thing we find. Let's go. Needs to be on par with who made this? Droloric. Wait, doesn't Droloric usually make like really pretty stuff? What happened here? Is something wrong with this? Did this thing have decoration and then it was removed? Flying gonorrhea dick. Interesting. Hold on. I've already deleted the old one. That was a problem. Ha! I wonder if this somehow got saved without decoration on it. Ooh, because I don't remember the Toothpick looking like this. Or at least I don't think so. Right, and this is an easy design, so it doesn't have to be amazing. It's got very big steam turbines by the looks of it. It also has Le Cram. Oh, what the hell? Attack, run, and fly. Oh, this is a little cram bobber. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy, lordy, loo. Hello, Yellow Zoo. Little sooty, big putty. Hello, Night World. Welcome back to the chat. Flying. What is this? Alright, so far, that's just the aesthetics is the major thing. And it's got lambs, I guess, on the front. It has things over here and things over here. Lots of stuff. Yeah, this is definitely easy-ish design. Easy-ish. So what happens if we get it to fight itself? There's not much we can say about it aesthetically because it doesn't really have any, does it? Wait, I wonder if this is 64. I wonder if the old one did have decoration. Nope. No, it did not. And it can flop into the water and get itself out. That's nice. Yeah, mainly this thing just needs aesthetics, because it appears to be perfectly functional. It's definitely not designed to... Okay, yeah, well, easy design doesn't need signal processors. Doesn't need it specifically. And yeah, definitely not intended to fight something like itself. Oh, those are tiny, tiny crams. Oh, those are teeny, tiny crams. That almost hit. That's amazing. Oh, my nose is itchy. Spawn the test 10 version. Okay, well, that's what we've done. Do you condone overfly with a massive driver stuck to the face of it? Massive mass driver. If it makes you happy, Night World, go for it. Saying easy when I see particle cannon. I mean... Particle cannons are... Here's the thing. When you face a good particle cannon, they do feel kind of unstoppable. If you face a small or unoptimized particle cannon, they're like, oh, this is not a problem. Process my signals harder, woo. Azusa, how dare you make me say that out loud? Why would that be a contradiction? Yeah, I mean, like... I remember the days when I thought particle cannons were overpowered, but that's because I didn't know how to build them myself. I think that's it yeah, the toothpick just really needs a lot of aesthetics because, again, easy design. It's doing a thing, and it can do its thing just fine. Zebodas, would you consider testing a ship against itself a good test? How would you score something like that? Not only is it a good test, it's an extremely good test because it shows you, like. It shows you, like, what you're doing right and wrong, like, in stereo, so to speak. So, what you can do is, like, you test your ship against itself, and then you make a new version of it, test against the old one, and you go from there. That's actually how, back in the day when I was making the Drachenslong, I did that a lot. So, yes, it worked. It is a very good test. And it also means that you can learn to protect yourself against whatever you're using, like, on that vehicle. So, yeah, do it. Very good idea. Okay, so that's basically just that. The toothpick just needs a major aesthetic update, and that's basically it, really. Although, let's test this thing against a ship. Let's test it against some kind of shippy ship. Thanks will do. You are most welcome. Some kind of 64k ship. What do we got? Probably not many. Not many ships are that cheap. I'm gonna go for the Ursum. I forget what the Ursum is. Oh, what the hell? Did this thing just blow itself up? Why did it sink? What's happening? Nope. Not that. I think the Ursa might also be in the easy design. What the hell? Why is this thing flying so low? Hold on. Disengage attack run altitude. Yeah, this thing flies really low. Why does it fly so low? Flies very low for some reason. Flies very low for some reason. Right, let's test it against a commodity, simply because that's funny. Go forth. Go forth, my little friend. Interesting. It flies very low for some reason. Might switch the... Alright, swap out bomb chutes for motor barrels. Swap out bomb chutes for motor. Cram bomb chutes for motor barrels. SMS has been advanced since the test 10 version, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well, if it did, it wasn't in the Blueprints library, so... Right, so... Might have been redone already. Okay, then that's about it, I think. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't think it's fired its APS even once. Hold on a second. I'm gonna check something here. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, AI mantlets are the wrong thing for this. Absolutely the wrong thing. Is anything control... Oh, that's a bit of a whoopsie, isn't it? Ah, that explains it. Aha! There's that as well. Alright, so... Should have 1 or 3 meter omni mantlets and need their LWCs. You need correct settings on their LWCs. Alright, I think that's enough for the toothpick. Alright, they did manage to kill a commodity, so... No AI control on the APS. Yep, that's a bit of a whoopsie. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Also pretty funky custom jet stuff. Okay, then I think that'll do for that toothpick. It can sit on screen for a little bit. Right, I'm gonna go here, and we're just gonna go there and say thruster craft. APS. Whoops, I spelt have wrong. That's embarrassing. I can't spell. Mother, I can't spell. Mother. Okay. Alright, cool. We are making progress. Right, next we'll review the Corbin, and then I badly need a second coffee, I tell you what. It is a cold and dark day, and I am less sleepy. I am je suis fatigue. Alright, Corbin. Let's have a look at it. The Corbin's fun. The Corbin dies very quickly. Alright, so this needs more color variety and a more smoothed out front. So that's immediately what I see. Right, so needs more color variation, more smoothed out aerodynamic nose. This is a broadsider of sorts. Tell me that isn't a... Oh dear. Transparent clips. Corbett, who made this? Belathanusiano. Right. Okay, then that's in red. More smooth that aerodynamic nose. Has transparent clips. Transparent clips. Transparent clips need replacing. Does it have suborbit shenanigans? No, it does not. It has plasma culverin. That's an APS. You're not fooling anyone. What the hell is this? Oh, right. Okay, then. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that's what it's doing. That is a lot of steam jets. That's probably more than you need. Alright. Alright. Somebody likes the steam jets. Somebody like the steam jets. Why is it using mostly steam jets and then, interesting. Interesting. What is this thing on? It's got a missile, APS, cram, laser, and power. We can probably remove the cram. Where the hell's the cram? There's the cram. It appears to not be doing anything. Ah, and also, like, weapon accuracy needs to be set. Yep, weapon accuracy needs to be set. Weapon... accuracy needs to be set. No AI control on the APS, and yep, bruh. Here's a bruh moment. Is this decoration? It is. Alright, so the turrets there's probably not much point in the turrets being heavy armor. That possibly... Yeah, no, the turrets do not need to be heavy armor. They're, like, not armored well at all. Okay. Turrets do not need HA. Not fully armored anyway. Yes, that rhymes. Okay. Alright, what else? Oh no. Oh no. It's got clipping. This thing might need to get removed. If I come back to it at some point and it's not fixed, I'm just gonna have to remove it. Yeah, no, that's clipping. That is clipping. Surge protectors on laser turret are clipping. Need to be removed. Surge protectors on laser turret are clipping and need to be removed. Alright then. Okay, what else? Also, like, yeah, there's way too many steam jets, jeez. So many. So many steam jet. It literally has unarmored laser components right here. What the hell's going on? Exposed surge protectors. Why is this a medium design? The clips are just on the outside, huh? Yep. Yes, they are, and they're one clip too. Oh boy, this is definitely a thing. Alright, so... exposed laser components and surge protectors. And it has particle cannons pointing up the side. I mean, props are trying to, like, do... Alright, so here's an interesting idea. How are you meant to see where you're going? Alright, so cockpits, that superstructure needs to be elevated to see over turret. So cockpit, superstructure should be able to see over laser turret. What is this? What is this? Oh wow, this is no. If I had to guess that Billa Thaniusanio made this when they were very, very new to From the Depths. Lots of things. Yep. Oh no, it's got bad interceptors. Missile interceptors. Interceptors have warheads, so that's not what we want. The tier has a similar issue. Got just on the outside. Ooh, shot cannon. That's not something we see a lot. Why steam jets? Is this shown on an alt account? Probably not. Guess this is what happens when you cram too many weapons on a too small hull. Tier has a similar issue. Those are some long interceptors. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So, yeah, there is really too much steam jets. Too many steam jets can cut down a lot. They are expensive. So, if anyone who's forgotten, steam jets are not actually very cheap. So, yeah, it's 1,000 materials a pop. So this thing is like, it's almost 150 materials, and like, damn. Okay, this thing has got interesting control issues. Are they? I thought I had 4 module interceptors. Alright, well, let's have this thing fight itself and see. It's also burning through materials. It's literally standing still and burning through materials like crazy. Okay, then, this does need some TLC. It needs a lot of TLC. Alright, so let's have it fight itself. And will be removed if not fixed. Will be removed if no one is keen to fix it. Alright, so load in the Corbin. And whoops. All vehicle types 148. There you go. Yeah, minimum accuracy is a good idea, guys. This thing just EMP'd itself, I think. Or it got... Wait, no, maybe it got EMP'd by the other guy. Yeah, I mean, if you're leaning into, like, that much heavy armor... I mean, if you're leaning into the whole glass cannon thing, you might as well not have bothered with the heavy armor at all. Oh my word. That is a fun burst, though, I do have to say. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. Only other thing that does is ion jets. Steam jets are ruinously inefficient. They work in space and water. Well, water, I would assume the steam props are better. If space feels like ion drives could be cheaper. Very stable for a glass cannon. That is another thing. Yep. But I mean, this one is less stable than it used to be. See, I do like this thing. It'll be a shame to remove it, but man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh Manischewitz. Okay. Right, I just want to see something here. If we just, if we do this... Hold on. Where's the AI and all that stuff? The... Oh, no. No, no, no. AI... Don't put surge protectors next to your AI, folks. That's a very, very, very bad idea. Alright, so... AI compartment needs proper insulation and surge protection. Ah, boy. It's a miracle this thing didn't get AI killed immediately. Yes, literally got heavy. The AI touching heavy armor. That's a bit of a whoopsie, and it's not even a full heavy armor wrap. Jeez. It's more efficient, but even more expensive up front and much larger for a given amount of thrust. Yeah, personally, I've always had better luck with ions. Because at the very least, you can run them off an efficient engine, so... Saying as someone who tends not to use efficient engines. What is this thing for again? Oh, that's what it's for. Yep, no, this thing needs a lot of work. Alright, reading out that. Okay, so needs more color variation, more smoothed out aerodynamic nose. Transparent clips need replacing. Weapon minimum accuracy needs to be set. Turrets do not need heavy armor, because they're not fully armored anyway. Surge protectors on turret are clipping and need to be removed. Exposed laser components and surge protectors should be covered. Cockpit slash superstructure should be able to see over the laser turret. Missile interceptors have warheads that need removal. Too many steam jets can cut down a lot. They are expensive. AI compartment needs proper insulation surge protection. Will be removed if no one is keen to fix it. Yeah, that does it for the Corbin. I feel embarrassed that like I missed so many things when I first look at this. It's like that's a whoopsie. Probably should be just removed, honestly. But like again, I like the overall shape of it. But well, oh well. What can you do? Except enforce your own damn rules. Whoops. Tires do not need HA. Oops. Again, this is one of the earliest things in Platono. It was accepted back when we were kinda desperate. And possibly before a lot of rules were actually introduced, now I think about it. But I think it's breaking some of the more obvious ones. Okay, missile interceptors, missile interceptors, missile interceptors, missile interceptors. Oh boy. Oh boy. Does look cool indeed. I am here and half asleep. I shall drink 10 cups of coffee before work. Oh, it's an awesome idea, Death Pancakes. Hello, Hoy Lepa. Oh look, another flying ship. Can I submit a craft? There are spots open on the spreadsheet, so if you go find the VOD channel, which is, I think, linked on my Twitch About page, there you will find the spreadsheet linked in there, and just find an empty spot on the spreadsheet and you can submit for that. Although, honestly, we are in the mood for removing vehicles rather than accepting new ones. Hey, back to Suza. You can, but there are a limited number of slots still open. And the ones that are still open are for craft that are kind of difficult to make. So yeah, there is that. And... Corbin. What is the Corbin anyway? Corbin. Okay then. Right, it's time for my drink break. The black one's open, black is not. Yes, thank you, drink fire. Alright, next is the mortar, which already has problems and could potentially be replaced with another submission called the Hickory. That is already noted here. I'm gonna hop onto the main menu. Not here. Don't quit the game. Automatic reflex. Or just open the Paterno hub that's pinned to chat. The sheet should be there. Yep, click around in there, you'll find it. Alright, I'm going to vanish. You can't see me. My time is now. And coffee break. And clicky clicky. You Paterno hub indeed. P-hub. And that's what it stands for, and only that. Alright, 2 minutes of ads. Please try and survive. I'll be right back. See you soon. Oh, I think a nuclear explosion happened. Whoop. Ah. Okay. Okay, oop, found the Plutono Hub website and the spreadsheet in it. Well done! Okay, we're here. Am I cold? I don't know. I should probably... You don't get to see me dress. You don't get to see me dress. You gotta pay way more money for that. As opposed to zero money. I'm exhausted. Okay, just saw the bombardier nuke the commodity. That makes sense. Okay then, I'm starting to feel ill from watching these things just circle around like crazy. There we go. Alright, next. The mortar. Alright, let's have a look at this thing. Right, so if I... What the hell is it? This is not what I remember. Alright, block counter. Let's see. Has this been fixed? Small. Yeah, it's got 31, man. It's too many. Also, it's got a little drone friend here. Alright, aesthetically... I like the asymmetry. That's nice. No visible cockpit. I'm gonna say... no needs visible cockpit / viewport. What else? What is this thing on with? Missile, APS, cram, particle cannon. We could lose the drone, honestly. Yeah, mortar and pestle. So we got missile, what is this? Huh? APM guns in the front? Very strange. Alright, and where's the rest of it? Wait. There's like literally all of this deco hidden? What the... Oh no, are you kidding me? Alright, so it's got a thing that comes out on a piston, it looks like? I forgot about this. Is the drone a submerged or an actual drone? Drone, that makes more sense. What a strange god. That piston appears to stick right through that gun. Yeah, it kind of does. Didn't actually spawn, but it often does. Not this time. Wait, I missed the Pinor. Pinor is average main menu experience. Those mortars cannot be too powerful. Yeah, no. Nope. Those mortars are not particularly strong, no. Alright, we're gonna need to combat test this thing. Yeah, these are... what are they? Shell health. Yep, no, not very big. The mortar is... this should not be a hard design. Just looking at it like so. Alright, so... yeah, this one might have to get removed, simply because it's like, it's too weird. Thanks for downloading this, hope you enjoy... oh, we're enjoying this. So deployed in force, preferably with a high-energy mothership for faster firing? Simple C with arms and the axe kind of... gun axe kind of like a heat decoy? Ha! Interesting. Zed and unwilting steel by Zinth Bones. Huh.
Listening.
Right, well, let's throw this thing against itself and see what happens. Mortre. SD. Simple weapons are far too OP. They shall be removed. Someday mortars will be good, I have faith. Yeah, they used to be even worse, you know. Oh no. Oh, phew. Right, so... this is a cluster missile, from what I understand. And just as I recall... yeah, the particle cannon probably also pops out. It's got ring shields. And small little bomblets. You gotta admit, this thing does have style. Okay, that gun pops off, like, really easily. This is a very ambitious craft in a lot of ways. Can it even hit itself with its mortars? Look at it now as if the APS and pack are clipped inside armor when it rests. Oh dear. Oh dear. GT Nukes does kind of look like a special adult toy. I mean, anything is a special adult toy if you are brave enough and willing to face the consequences. Oh dear, like, yeah, no, those mortars are not hitting at all. Jeez. Ah, damn it. Alright. Well, thank you, Joker, for the hydrate. The mortars are small vehicle, the sub-auto turrets. Mortars are sadly non-viable despite how cool they are. I tried so hard to make them good. Well, the problem is like, with mortars is that crams are a specialized weapon to begin with, and mortars are just even more specialized. Where is that clipping? Oh, it's got transparent clips, for crying out loud. It's not one thing, it's another. The ammo intakes are hidden inside those beams? How you mean? Oh no. Oh no. Sub-object clipping. I think this is another one which I'm pretty sure, like, no, this is gonna have to be removed, isn't it? Yep. Yep. Oh, jeez. With side APS. Transparent clips. X will be removed. Mortars are cool against stationary targets. Sadly, most crafts are not stationary. This thing is just a nightmare. It is, really. Mortars are great against stationary targets. Sadly, the meta is the most evasive craft you can think of. Yeah! I mean... Oi. I'm trying to remember, like... no, this thing absolutely would have been added after. Like, I think sub-object clipping was a rule from the very beginning. So there's no excuse for this. There really isn't. It's also under-armored around the mortars, and it's currently set to be a hard craft for absolutely no bloody reason. So, ah, boy, am I being too lenient? Really, the Corbin and the mortar should be removed outright because they are rule-breaking in like so many ways. I'm gonna have a poll because we should, like, here's the thing: there's 400 vehicles in this campaign. All of them need, most of them need some kind of tweaking. Do we really want to spend time on things that were rule-breaking when they were submitted and I just missed it? Rebuilt entirely or removed. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Add new poll. Eat the Corbin and mortar. Yes, no, and we'll give that 5 minutes. Because I've got to keep looking at stuff. Alright. And I know that's not the most democratic of things because, like, there's only a few people here. But yeah, man, these things, like, I'm getting tired just noting everything about them. Jeez. Build it. Yeah, all of these things need kind of a whole... I feel like cheese is not fun. Well, these things aren't even that cheesy. They've just got so many things wrong with them. And so many, like, the violations of the rules, which comes a point where it's like, this can't just be negligence. They didn't read. Like, the people submitting it didn't frickin' read the rules before submitting. Yeah, this will be so much work to rebuild. I love the concept, but still, remove it. But if they actually fix it, maybe. What does the Corbin look like? I'm deciding my vote based on if they look cool or not. I'll spawn in the Corbin again for ya. The Corbin look like this. It does look pretty cool. Definitely some more aesthetics needed. It's got the funky turrets. Man, I'm tired. Ooh, my butt hurts. My everything hurts. In my brain. Alright, so far the votes are in favor of yeet these two because frankly, we're all busy people. Do any of us want to spend time on something that, like, really shouldn't have had... Like, it really should never have been accepted in the first place? Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's see, is the particle cannon also clipping? Okay, seriously. Huh? How did they do this? The bloody rangefinder is clipping through something. I can't even tell what. Yeah, it's clipping right into the armor. Oh dear. Impact, transfer the clips. What was the thing I just found? There's so many things that, like, there's just so many things. Gonna have to go back and remove other stuff in red as well, because it's like... maybe not. There's like, the other stuff we've looked at before, but these are just so egregious, we can't overlook it. We really can't. What the hell? I literally just looked at something, thought, oh, what the hell, and then I missed it again. Clips rangefinder, that's the one. I mean, that's just clips altogether. Quite the flamboyant cover scheme. As with people, it's scared to do terrible things as long as you're attracted. Soup tired, I'm amoeboid. I like the Corbin, but mortar isn't pretty enough to survive. Rules are rules. Yeah, and I think I've been like way too lenient on this kind of thing. Really, if you have a rule break, if it's one, then it's like, alright, fine, you kind of like, I don't know, it slipped your mind, but if it's like, let's just count how many the mortar has. So, 1, too many small launchers that was grandfathered in, suborbit clipping, and transparent clips, already. And the premise is an interesting one, but it was also like, eh. But the Corbin, let's see, it's got clipping with surge projectors on the laser turret, it's got... I I mean, to be fair, it only really has one rule-breaking thing. Alright, so the Corbin, I think we can keep for now, because it really only has one rule break. Which, again, Transparent Clips is like, it's easy to forget that in the moment. So, I mean, no, it's got clipping... never mind. It's got clipping and Transparent Clips. That was an early one, though. Each side is 2 sub-updates. One is the gun or pack, and the other is the armor. Why it's done that way, I don't know. Clipped rangefinder. Also, but just weren't checked as thoroughly at the time, I think. Unanimous? Yes. Alright, no, we're removing these. So, we are going to remove these. Because they're just going to be, like, there's just so many things wrong with them, and they break, like, multiple rules at once. And they're just going to be too hard to fix. So, apologies to the builders of these. Go on. What's a transparent clip? Okay, so transparent clip. If you go into the APS folder and you go into autos and clips, you have the solid clips and you have the regular clips. So the clips, these clips actually show the shells in them, which can be helpful if you want to, for like newer players who want to see physically see how many shells are in there. But the solid clips are better for performance because they don't render the shells inside them, and that is why transparent clips are like banned in this custom campaign and in others, and I believe in Neater as well. Simply because I don't know, they cause unnecessary lag, so that's why that's banned. Bad for lag. The CPU bog. Yeah, I think that's more of a GPU thing because it is rendering the, like, the shape of the shell. And if you've got zillions of little shells, that's a bit of a problem. Alright, so... Alright, this is not the most democratic thing, but executive decision, these things have to go. We need to pull up the change log to do that. There we go, I think it's... this? That was the wrong thing. Oh, nope, this was the right thing. This was the right thing. Okay, then. Man, oh man, I hope this is the correct one. Hope this is the correct one. Right, so we're going to... It's been a while since we've done anything with the changelog. Alright, so it's the mortar and the Corbin. Everyone enjoy main menu time while I type stuff. Craft removed. Carve Dominion. Carve Dominion. Thrustercraft. Corbin. Too many and rule breaks. And same thing here. We gotta do that. Same thing over here. Craft new, thrustercraft, mortar, same reason. Just gonna copy these. Save that. Don't mind me. I'm going to type. Type. Tap. Okay, I need to go do that. I need to go ping the spaghetti. Logged it in the change log. I just remembered that this is a live stream and I should be talking. I'm just kind of a little bummed out that, like, again, embarrassed that we had to, already logged it in the change log. I'm just embarrassed that, like, I didn't spot this thing, like, back in the day. Alright, then. Alright, so then go convey Dominion, jump to present. Yep, ladies on the fleek. Okay, that's all fine. That's okay. And now we delete them off the spreadsheet. Completely. Although I am gonna note it, I'm gonna note the mortar right here. Just because Corbin and mortar removed due to too many issues. Damn it, I spelled that wrong. And mortar moved due to too many issues and rule breaks. Hold on, I should probably do that separately. Hold on. Alright then. Just noting it over here, just in case people are wondering. Just so, yeah, just so it's somewhere. Removed. And over here, also removed. Damn it. Removed. Take Corbin off the list. 2 slots just opened up. Well, that's the thing. I don't think we should open these slots up because we have so many craft that we can just block these off, really. We are at the stage where we kind of need to cut down a little bit. Let's just pissed on that plane. This is still in production. Wow. Wait, is this the same campaign as the Solar Republic? Yes. This is still in production? Oh, yeah. CPU bug. Yep. It's been ongoing for a while now, possibly because the 400 plus craft, 2 slots just open up, some walls spawned. I'm walking to Superman, music is good, voice is deep, good podcast. Yay! Glad to hear it. It doesn't show up fairly often in the menu along with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna block these off for now. We're literally just going to do this. And now we have a lot less. We have 2 less thrustercraft than we used to. Because frankly, we have a lot. We have a lot, we have too many, we should focus on making the ones we have better, rather than having a zillion. So, that's 2 less things. Alright, we can look at the Seismotron now, and that would be a good idea. And I'm just going to go over here, into designer mode. And I'm going to... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a folder here for removed craft. Just so we can keep them somewhere so we can go back and see why they were removed. Removed craft. There we go. So, what is it? So, Gokave updated. Mortre and Corbin. So we're going to duplicate that tab. We're going to go back to Platono. Removed craft. Mortre goes there. Corbin goes there. Okay then. Alright, so now the Seismotron. Please don't have any rule breaks. Question Master is generally pretty good about this kind of thing. So let's go to Campfire updated. Thrust craft, Seismotron. Bit of a jump in cost, honestly. They have a lot of godlies. Some of them might actually need to be, like, downgraded a little bit. There's our big boy. Alright then. The top is a little bit bland and could use some icon/decals, so that's the first thing I can see. Those look ridiculous. Like, these super long barrels, they look very, very funny indeed. Yeah, these side barrels, yeah, they look very strange. Alright, so that's the first thing right there. Traces need to be red. Are they, in fact, red? Hold on. I'm just gonna spawn in... two commodities there. Your trace is red, sir? They are not. Right, that is a bit of a whoopsie. They are not red. Alright. Cybertron. Upper rear hull. Kinda blank. Some decal/icons. Side 500mm guns. Have barrels so long that they look silly. And that is no good. That is no good. Campfire actually has noticeably fewer godly slots than Sorol does. Interesting. Glad I updated the new backstop again because it did have a rule break. Well, here's the thing. 1 or 2 rule breaks is like, alright, I get it. The rules are hard. It's hard to keep all the rules in mind when you're building something. Like, I can be lenient with that. But when there's like 1, 2 rule breaks and then so many things wrong with the whole craft that requires like essentially a complete rebuild, it's like, and when we have 400 craft already, it's like, let's just cut down. Let's just cut our losses. What the hell is this? Okay, funny square as the jet needs aesthetic TLC. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I do like these giant ass ion. I do like these kind of like Deco jet. Hold on, let's see here. There's lots of mimics around here. It's very cool. I think these things are entirely mimicked, actually. Oh wait, no, they're not. They're propellers. Very weird propellers. What is going on in there? Okay, so yeah, propellers need a bit of need aesthetic TLC. So that's got a thing there. That looks really cool. This plasma gun. Lots going on there. Defront, indeed. As guns, that's very Warhammer 40k, those guns right at the front. Alright. How many decorations does this have? It has 1,500. This is one of the most Grey Talons things I've ever seen. What the hell? Why is there just a... Why is there just a hole? Why is there just a random hole here? Does this have a purpose? It does not appear to have any purpose whatsoever. buttballer. It's also the severity of the rule break. Like the Vortra clip was just egregious, not all hard to see. There's some deco stuck to them. It looks like there are 3 pieces of alloys decoed on as big blades, but the actual blades aren't hidden. Yep. Oh yeah, they're stuck to the wrong block. Missing laser turret, maybe. Death Star reference. That's the Death Star reactor hole, so you can kill it with a well-timed ion torpedo. We do not talk about the Forbidden Hole. Left-wing dragon. We must discuss the Forbidden Hole again. Oh, wow. It's very decoed back here, actually. Like, very decoed. Almost to... Wow, that mech was entirely deco. My goodness. Yeah, this is... Yeah, exposed surge protectors back here. Okay. Exposed surge protectors on rear. Surge protectors on rear. Right, and lots of wedge. Alright, Question Master's gonna hate me for this. Okay. This frontal armor isn't actually that great. Because it's using 2-meter wedges rather than 4. Although I think this might be the updated version. It's also got laser components touching heavy armor, which is not the best idea. Also has a lot of CJEs, my goodness. Bloody hell, have some sonar, boys. Huh? How? Oh, this must be... Ah, right, no, it fires a cluster missile that does that. Man, that's hard to look at. Right, so we've got unarmored turrets in here. You know what? I want to fling this thing against... We'll fling it against itself to start off with. That's for sure. Yeah, those big engines in the back aren't real. 2-meter wedges are fine, and he did that to replace the span for only 4 meters. That's what I was thinking. I was like, hang on a minute. Thought is occurring. Everyone calm down. I was experiencing thought. Alright, let's chuck it against whatever version of the Seismotron is in Test 10. Seismotron is over. Interesting. The Seismotron is now the most expensive thing that Wakave has. Like, it's more expensive than the Permian. This much lasers, it turns out really weirdly. What I was thinking? I call Cap. Oi! Just because I don't brain good doesn't mean I can't sometimes brain. Yeah, well, yeah, we definitely need, traces fixed. I mean, there's some red traces and then there's some yellowy ones, which is not ideal. What are these? Wait, those are Hesh shells. Interesting. Ah, Hesh, but the ones on the side are APHE. That really hurts by the looks of it. And then there's the, what's it? That is the Thunderclap. Ah, Nuke-mageddon indeed. Oh, it's a warp nuke. Wait a minute. Are warp nukes allowed? I don't remember. Oh, lordy. Ironically, this thing is kind of vulnerable to itself. Yep, that is a bit of an issue, isn't it? It's also getting very close. Are they going to kiss? Why are they kissing? Alright, so their reverse gear is not working for some reason. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Alright, so, what happens when two Seismotrons make love? What is the gestation period of the Seismotron, do you think? Drill nukes are banned inside of Stone Line, Recoil nukes banned inside. Warp isn't restricted? Yeah, I don't think warp is restricted. Hang on. Let's go look at my own rules again. Control F, warp. Yeah, nothing about warp, so nope, warp nukes. Warp nukes are fine, because they're not as bad as they used to be. They used to be a lot worse. And recoil nukes are also banned. Okay, I have to admit, these things have, nuked each other from the sides, like, twice each, and they're still flying, so, oh lordy though. This Seismotron is not doing great, though. I'm not sleepy, you're sleepy. Seismotron looks like some weird love child of great talents. It's got Carve, Dominion, and some other factions. It really does. Does increase their actual damage, fair enough. Alright, so Cybertron, I'm gonna say needs to reverse better. To reverse better. I wonder if Almighty can still beat new Cybertron. I mean, the Almighty has the repairing shields things, right? Hooray for redundancy, holy crap. Which Cybertron is winning? Neither of them really, they're really hurting each other. I wonder if we could still beat the Permian. I do like Question Master's builds. Like, again, they're interesting. That is a very strong laser, my goodness. Tiny little laser turret on the side. Alright, so yeah, one of the it has issues. Has big issues. Alright, since, like, I don't know, I don't feel like reviewing anything else after the Cybertron, so I kind of want to throw this thing against some neater builds, just to see how it does. I think, it should be able to take on the Pyre. It does appear to have not super good nuke defense, I have to say. I think the lasers don't have, good coverage. Can't warp within 200 meters of any enemy craft. When the Almighty runs out of materials before the Cybertron dies. I mean, it kind of does if it warps inside the enemy craft. Yeah, they can't really do that anymore. They used to be able to do that, and it was broken as hell. Alright, I want to test the Cybertron against the Permian. Thankfully, the Cybertron... Oh, hold on. You know what I should do? I should check for shenanigans. Although, Question Master, to their credit, their craft don't have too many shenanigans, so... What do we got here? Multiple turrets. There's the little laser turret. There's the railgun turrets. There's that Azzy jet. There's the plasma turret. 2 of them. Yeah, it's just turrets by the looks of it. Right, so... Just I guess an optimization run. Pass around for optimization. Alright, so yeah, very compact. Jeez, that... Wow, have some frequency doublers. Bloody Nora. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's the internals are, they're weird. They are weird internals. But, like, you know... Oh, wow, I didn't know you could do this. Hell, I didn't know you could do that at all. How about that? Groovy, baby. Alright, alright. It's not doing anything silly here. Okay, so... How's their cooling? Okay, there could be something done to insulate the hull guns a little bit better, because I do tend to find you need to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna make a note there. Main hull guns, LWCs, can be rubber insulated. Don't worry about it if too hard. Okay, what else? Lots of stuff. Yeah, helipads on the back can be more circular as well. Should be more circular. Okay then. Whoop. Whoa, what is this? Oh, beautiful. Just a reminder that this airship is in no way similar to Grey Talon's craft. I like it. That gimbal thruster looks... Yeah, it looks very silly. I've already noted it. Gimbal. I would expect a lot of things the APS-C changes after the rail changes are in their final state. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh boy. If you overlap two warp exclusion zones, will one override the other? No. I know I'm now waiting on that for the Audacious. It does. Just a block hanging in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in... What? Is this just a double layer of alloy? Oh my goodness, that is actually excessive. Sir, that looks silly. It's just like, it's got basically a ball sack of jet engines and it's just wiggling in the wind. How obscene. How obscene, how silly.
Listening.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not rule breaking. Nothing's rule breaking here. Question Master, thank you for actually reading the frickin' rules. Right, so let's throw this against the Permian just for giggles. Jet balls. Hi, hello, driver! Dropping in to say goodnight? Well, thank you. Have a good night. Haven't looked at the Permian in a very long time. The Permian is a beauty, I do have to say. Ooh. Alright, we've got a fast broadsider versus a frontsider that doesn't steer well. I think the Permian really just gambles on that main gun being able to do terrible things. You better steer, girl. It also looks awesome as hell, I do have to say. Yeah, the Seismotron needs a somewhat better turning, I have to say. Yow, that main gun hurts. I need to double check what the hell that railgun on the Permian, how that's actually set up, because that really penetrates things it shouldn't be able to usually. Okay, since the Seismotron can't reverse and the Permian can't turn. And the Seismotron also doesn't turn so good. Yeah, so the Seismotron is a dude with a bull sack of jets. Smash! G'day humans. Hey, 3D Wrecker! Look what the Seismotron has. Jet balls! Jet testes. Jet scrotum. Or jotum, as we call it. I'm glad you, I bet you're happy you joined just to hear that. I think the Seismotron might be falling out of the sky. It is. Yeah, it just needs more maneuverability in general. That's always the thing with frontsiders, is that, if you don't make them as maneuverable as possible, then they cannot maneuver. Why is this gun not firing anymore? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, target. Alright, so I suspect because of alpha test vehicles have a bit of a problem with vehicles in alpha test have a bit of a problem with aim point selection. How is that thing still flying? Ah, yeah. Oh no, the Seismotron is having a very bad day. Okay, needs more turn. Alright, Seismotron needs more turning. I know that little jet ballsack was like an attempt to get it to turn better. Might do a stream later today. Basin, nice. Working on Basin a bit off camera these past few days. Jet balls, jet testes, mein Gott. Put in the nuts of the jets in the back need to look like a pair of balls. I'm not going to do that, but I have noted that they need to be prettier. So if Question Master or someone else has a go at that, they are at their liberty to make it look like, well, if they must look like balls, they must look like pretty balls. This is the strangest fight I've witnessed. Really? Don't ask me for examples, because I don't remember off the top of my head. It's not. I don't think that even cracks my top 10. I have seen much weirder fights. Usually when things collide when they shouldn't. Alright, so let's hop into Neater. Because just for giggles, we've only got 4 minutes left. I want to see how well the Seismotron does against things like the Pyre and stuff like that. Even though it is a lot more expensive, so there's that. I think it will beat the Pyre quite handily. Great Talons, Godly. Yeah, the Seismotron is like a million materials more expensive than the Pyre, so there is that. And just... What happens if we put this in Great Talon Fleet colors? It definitely... Question Master, I have bad news. This looks very Great Talon. This looks very Great Talon. Oh, interesting. Are those missiles gonna do anything? Can you fend off that laser thing? Yeah, I think the lasers kind of need to be... Yeah, these things cannot aim above the Seismotron, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm going to make a little note there. Laser turrets. Turrets need to be moved to cover greater angle. Bigger angle for nuke proofing especially. The Pyre just got nuked though, so where did it get? Oh wow, it blew off a turret entirely. Alright, so Seismotron's at 98%, the Pyre's at 93%, so... Seismotron just got nuked in the face by the looks of it. But it could take that. It is quite interesting to see those massive shells just kind of ping off into nowhere. 95%, 92%. Yeah. Yeah, no... Yeah, there's significant damage going back and forth. What is that line? What the hell is that line? Oh, it's got... Why is it got... Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Bit of an issue indeed. Yeah, main thing is that those lasers are just in a very... They're not in a good spot. They're also almost completely unarmed. I would actually move the lasers out to, like, here, on the sides. Because then, like, yes, they're kind of exposed. That's a lot of thump this is doing. And again, this is a case of Hesh is Besh. Hesh is Besh. Hesh does wonderful things against the Pyre. It's very nice. Times 4 cost ratings to the Super Radiance is 2.4 million. Should beat everything in it. Should! We'll throw this thing against the Singularity and see how it does. Struggle with the Lightning Hood's Pierce Democrat? Yes. I believe the word in Alpha Test, and again, like, I don't go looking for this stuff. It's like, I don't know, people tell me. Is that Sean, in particular, is wanting to, like, not have just, like, everything be, like, dominated by, like, doomsday weapons. Because basically the best kind of laser is a pierce laser. The best kind of particle cannon is a piercing particle cannon. With plasma, burst plasma is the best. I always forget new snake. Yep. Singularity is more expensive now. Laser detonates for the missiles. What missiles? Wait, the Cybertron has beam riders? I never even realized. Oh. Well, stone me it does. Ah, somebody had a lot of steering removed by the looks of it. I really gotta get the hang of Hesh again. I used to use Hesh a lot. Then again, Hesh used to be a lot stronger, so there is that. That ICBM is very confused. I think somebody's falling out of the sky, and yeah, okay, the Seismotron just got nuked again, as it does. Never mind, the Pyre is still flying. The Beam Rider tend to die frequently on a bit part of its damage, but they're there. Keeps making Doomsday weapons stronger. I mean, that is the irony, isn't it? Alright, so now let's fling this against... not the Empyrean, because the Empyrean's very annoying. Let's throw this thing... It's not going to beat the Laniakea, I don't think. But we'll throw it against the Snig. We'll throw it against the Snig just for giggles. Although the Snig is loaded with plasma, so it's kind of purpose-built for this kind of thing. Yep. Then again, the Seismotron is loaded with Hesh, which is also built for this kind of thing. Oh yeah, you can see the Beam Riders getting fried. Ooh. Snig's at 98%, Seismotron's at 96%. That laser is like... Why does the laser fire sometimes and then it doesn't? Honestly, I think that laser is doing, like, magnificent work there. Although lasers are doing pretty good over here, too. Seismotron, she's like down but not out. That laser is burning clean through the front of the Snig, and that is impressive. The plasma, however, is doing very, 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 very bad things to the Seismotron. Actually, not that bad. It's mostly superficial. It's managed to cripple some of the plasma guns. That's neat. That's neat indeed. What got taken out here? Lots of heavy armor and not much else. The Seismotron might actually do this. If it does, I'm going to be very impressed. Have some frequency doublers. Honestly, just have a really big laser and that should do it. I have to build Orc Rocks. I made the flying brick. Yay! How to... What was it? Did Bruno intend to die? How to counter Megalodon. Thick armor. Lots of it. Me putting 8 different weapons in my craft and then being salty when some F-ass flying brick with one really big weapon beats it. Yeah, I also get salty about that. I made the flying brick. Nice. Don't use bows, use flying bricks that are 50% heavy armor. Have enough bulk armor to tank the range shells, a modicum of ammunition defense, then just shoot it. Yep. So I have to build orc rocks? Yeah. You don't have to. Flying HA bricks are the strongest kind of craft, generally speaking, but you don't actually need them to build them to beat needed. Yeah, I just don't. I make alloy hydrofoils, and I generally get along okay. Bouncy flying brick. I make bouncy flying aluminium cans, and that generally works kind of well. This one laser on the side of the Seismotron is a real MVP, I have to say. Oh my goodness, it actually... That nuke did not do much by the looks of it. Oh my word, the Seismotron is actually just gonna laser the snake to death. That's definitely one way to do it. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Your money for nothing and your chicks for free. I guess the problem with plasma is that it does need to get through. Never mind, it's getting through. Did it just manage to turn off the laser? Ooh, it might have. That's bad. Ooh dear. You know what? Like, I am impressed. I am impressed. Like, the Seismotron did really well there. If the lasers were in a slightly better position, I might... What the hell did that even do? That took out some jets. Neat. I don't know why the Snig has decided to stop shooting for the... It has decided to stop shooting for the missiles, for the nukes. I think spacecraft and subs are the strongest vehicles. Not necessarily. They're only really good against vehicles that are not designed to fight them. Honestly, I think like atmospheric thrustercraft like do actually really good, like cost-wise. Spacecraft may have subs, I don't think so, largely because of speed. Is there any active defense to plasma and flame? Plasma, yes. Shield projectors do reduce their... I think their damage. And flame, no. Flame is just distance. Keep your distance, you're fine. GT are very bouncy, they got thick armor, and their nukes are PP-shaped. Conclusion, GG stands for gay talents. Oh, boy. Versus plasma, this angle shields be underwater. Speed is mostly a benefit for evasion. You don't need evasion if you're just immune to half the weapons in the game. I mean, evasion does make you immune to half the weapons in the game, really. Alright, let's see how we do here. Seismotron's at 76% health. I think that burst plasma has finally gotten through. It is getting through into the squishy bits. Yeah, and the barrels have been snubbed. Okay, we can call it here, probably. We can look at the Snig, though. That's fine. Okay, then. It also means able to dictate range, and a lot of those weapons subs are immune to are still going to kill them pretty effective, almost straight down at them. Yes, it's, you can actually... I have a theory that you could actually use that against things like the Atos and Laniake and stuff, because they have a dedicated anti-submarine behavior, which they get really close and, like, right on top of it, which means you can shoot them straight back. So... You could potentially just, like, have a big sub draw their fire and then have stuff flank them, and that'll work. Wow, these things beat the snot out of each other, but yeah, considering that, like, I think mostly the Question Master made the Seismotron on their own, I think with minimal input from other people. I mean, feedback, yes. But did the actual building themselves? It did incredibly well. Like, it dropped the singularity to 80% and, like, disabled, like, all the weapons on its left side. Like, that is impressive. It really is. So yeah, that's a fun note. I'm just gonna put the Seismotron's notes as, like... bonus points if it beats... the Snig. if it can beat the Snig. There we go. Oh boy. You gotta love the Snig. Ah! Stretchy time! Stretchy time! Ah! No, officer, do not shoot. I am too cozy. I have so much to live for. So they have extra weak points. Fair. Thrustercraft die if jets get cut. So they're extra weak points. I mean, spacecraft die if you, Spacecraft tend to, like, go out of control pretty easily because lack of drag and all that stuff. Is this nuke actually going to manage to do things? I don't know. Anyway, let's put the Seismotron right there. Click, click, and click, and... Okay, what is wisdom? Wisdom is, if you're in doubt, just have a giant burny laser burn everything in Neater, and that should work pretty fine. And that'll be good. Okay, I also check your spelling. That's one of the most wise things I will ever say, is check your frickin' spelling. Like, read what you're typing, for crying out loud. Cybertron needs to move in. Alright, lots of notes for the Cybertron, but it's mostly little detail-y things. Should be passed around for optimization. The helipads on the rear should be more circular. There we go. Alright. The Snig has claimed another victim, and hopefully the Laniakea will be banished to Hades at some point. Laniakea dies if you look at front and side. No! No, it doesn't. Because it has sub-vehicles in the way, so you need to hit it consistently and reliably from the side. There's an active defensive flame hover control. Just 5 underwater. Yep. And yeah, tie that review. Also, to some degree, subs can get burst of speeds from Sea Jet. My submarines fly when they're out of combat, so that's where they get their map speed from. Also, my point about Sea Jet is that subs can use the underwater health compensator. Isn't great for Solution C. Is available, so still doesn't let them go as fast as most aircraft. Like, it is possible to get a sub like going at least 50 meters per second, because the secret is custom propellers. Those things which are stronger underwater and also are way more quiet than regular propellers. Anyway, who do we raid into? Let's raid Gorlath, because they're playing Jagged Alliance 2, and I don't know what that game looks like. So, yeah, so we've removed 2 vehicles today, looked at a bunch. I was gonna be honest, I think self-repairing shooters shouldn't be included in any meta because they're cheese. If anything was cheese, that would be cheese, yes. Also, they're still weak in the water. Are air props even stronger underwater? Also, they're still weak in the water props. In terms of volume, yes. Per volume, water props are a lot stronger. In terms of energy efficiency, provided you put them in the right place, custom props are better. And you can make custom props massive, and then just turn the power down, and it's higher upfront cost, but lower energy. But basically, you can make a damn fast sub if you use them, and I have done so. I think they're actually the same. Interesting. I can make my submarine go quite fast. Anyway, let us /raid Gorlath. I wonder if Gorlath's hand is better. They had a boo-boo on their hand and could only play games one-handed, which is a bit of an issue. Let's raid Gorlath streams. Alright then. Hopefully next week's streams will be at the usual time. Yeah, the large air problems with reduced power would be more efficient. Yeah. Okay then. Everybody, all of you have a good day. I will see you next time. Bye.